All right. Let's see. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I'm going to test this out. Test out the sound. Okay. Gonna wait for it to go live real quick. How y'all doing this evening? Movie 186 back again with another video. And I'm just waiting for this thing to show up on my feed. Hold on a second. Okay. Let me test the sound. Okay. Okay. All right. So we're good to go. Let me share this out and then we can get started. Okay. Here. Share. Hold on. Let's go. Yeah, come on. Hold on a second. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. All right. We should be good to go. I just shared it out. Oh man, this is gonna be a very interesting topic to say the least. Um, now, let me see. Did the thing go through? Hold on a second. It's still sending the tweet. Hold on. I don't know if my internet's acting dumb or whatever. It's still sending the tweet. Hold on a second. Let me see if it went through. Oy, and I'm tired. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Let's see. Did it go through? I don't think it did. No, it really hasn't. Oh, fuck it. Yeah, let me just continue. Yeah, let me just continue. Anyways, yeah. So obviously you guys see the title. Um, I mean, it really is there anything to say? Like, I haven't really talked about Nintendo like that in a couple years. When I first started this channel, I wouldn't say necessarily that it was a Nintendo hate channel, but I made it clear that I wasn't the biggest fan of Nintendo, and this is coming from someone who my first console was a Super Nintendo. Obviously, I have a lot of love for some of their past games. If you know me in real life, you know I own multiple merchandise involving Nintendo characters from Mario to really to Nintendo themselves. You know what I mean? Like I don't. Here's the thing. I love what Nintendo was to me in my life, but I don't care about them now. And frankly, it's because of things like this. And let me make something very, very clear. I really don't care about the Smash community. I don't care about the Smash community. The game is fine. I'm not the biggest fan of the game, but it's fine. Like I've played it more now than I have in years past. And I don't hate the game. But the community, I can do without the community. I'll be frank. And apparently so does Nintendo. Apparently. Now let me do the screen share because I want to make sure that people see this because and I'm sure a lot of Nintendo fans know about this. They're not happy about it. But at the end of the day, um what are you willing to do in order to how are you what are you willing to do in order to really combat this, right? So let's go to the first article, right? As you can see here, I'm on GameSpot, and as you can see, Super Smash Bros. Melee online tournament canceled by Nintendo cease and desist, right? Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, with the few of you who probably don't know what happened, Nintendo essentially canceled an online Melee event because it was using because the game because this obviously the tournament was using a modded version of Super Smash Bros. Melee. Melee is arguably Nintendo's most popular Smash Brothers game. It was a game that came out on the GameCube. I mean, pretty much it's been pretty much 20 years since the game released. It is widely considered the best to be the best Smash Brothers game. It's the game that I mean I couldn't go anywhere. Any gaming arena that I've been to outside of arcades, they were playing like if I went to a game room, they were playing Smash, right? Like when there was this place that I used to go to when I was younger called Zero Ping, and Zero Ping like they had like a whole bunch of they had a whole bunch of TVs and computers everywhere so that you had the people who are playing WoW. I know WoW was the big deal at the time. There are definitely some people playing your average first person shooter, whether it's like old school COD or whatever. I know they had PlayStations in there for Street Fighter slash Tekken. It was a big Tekken scene over there. But the one game that was played there more than anything else, in my opinion, was Smash Brothers Melee. Right? That was the big deal. That's just how it was, right? Like even to this day, like when I go to there's a gaming bar that I go to, and the game that's most played there is Smash Brothers. I think this the mostly is Ultimate, the one that they play over there, right? But so Smash Brothers is a big deal, right? And Melee, to me, Melee is the biggest Smash Brothers game that they've ever made because they use because most people to this day still play with the GameCube controller when it comes to Smash, regardless if it was Brawl or Ultimate. So Nintendo realizes, so Nintendo knows what a big deal Smash Brothers is, but yet over the years, when the fighting game community has gotten such an uprising when it comes to notoriety within I guess you could say mainstream media, right? You look at they're broadcasting you know Street Fighter 5 tournament finals on ESPN, right? You got a high more of an emphasis on esports now more than ever. And yet the one company that seems to be very resistant to this is Nintendo. And I ask myself why is that the case? Because this is not new. Like this, what you see here, what I'm going to show you now is not new, right? Ah, ignore the bullshit pop in. Like this is not new. Like there's been issues when it comes to Smash Brothers and Nintendo and esports for years, right? It's been that way for years. Like I remember there was one year, I think it was 2014, that I think Smash. I don't know if it was shown or there was a chance that Smash Brothers would not have been played because of Nintendo's interference. And I'm like, why is that the case? Well, like why is Nintendo so anti um showcasing Smash Brothers as a competitive game? Like from what I've heard, they'll run tournaments of Smash on their Nintendo platforms, I guess, but they don't do it the way that like normally when it comes to competitive Smash Brothers, is normally one on one. Is all the items turned off. It's basically just a one-on-one fighting game. No real platforming, none of that other stuff. It's just one-on-one fighting basically. And 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 like the tournament that apparently Nintendo runs has all that stuff, has multiple players, all that other stuff. So, I mean, like again, I'm confused to why they're so averse to this. So let's talk about this real quick, right? So you see the headline. This actually was from a couple weeks ago. Like you might be able to see the date over here. No November 19th, right? The big house, which is apparently um the biggest event for Smash Brothers, and apparently they were going to use this mod for Smash Bros. Melee. 'Cause like I said earlier, it didn't come with online. Um, it didn't come with online because obviously the GameCube had very few. It really had very limited online options, online capabilities, and with COVID going on, they can't. People can't just go to the event and play Smash and play Melee. So I guess someone created this mod, this online mod, using the iOS, the IS, or whatever the fuck, the iOS ISO um version of Melee. I think the mod is called Slippy, which is a mod that allows people to play Melee online. Apparently, it works better than on the online for Ultimate and Brawl. I heard Brawl's online was completely other dog shit. That's from what I've heard. But they use this mod so that they can continue the tournament, but do it online, do it safely. And Nintendo pretty much said, "No, you're not doing that." You know what I mean? And I mean the way that it was that I've heard legally that they are within their rights to do this, Nintendo. But the thing is that what is it hurting them to do this? It's not like they're selling new copies of Smash. Like it's not like they're doing that, right? Like to me, I feel like Nintendo is for is irrationally protecting their IPs, even though their IPs are not in danger. But it is what it is. Like this is what the company is, right? And I said this for years, and people just call me a hater. Oh, Nintendo is not this and they're not that. Like you keep saying that they're anti-consumer and all that other shit, and I'm like, yeah, they are anti-consumer, and this this proves it. Like this absolutely proves it. I'm trying to get this shit off. Fucking bullshit. All right, they are anti-consumer, and stuff like this proves it. And look. Let me. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me fall back a little bit, right? Like you said, like this event, the big house event had to be, and they even canceled the Smash Brothers event, Smash Melee, Ultimate event, Smash Ultimate, which does have online. So I don't understand why they did that. Like I don't know if it was Nintendo who forced them to cancel Smash Ultimate, but that's what they did, right? And it's like you have one one domino effect to that, right? And people can be like, oh well, oh it's their property, it's their intellectual property, oh they have a right to do this, whatever, right? Whatever you want to do that, you want to say that's fine, whatever. It's their property. They don't want a modded version of the game being showcased. Fine, whatever, right? Then a couple days ago, this happened. Let's go to this. We're on .esports.com. Nintendo cancels Splatoon 2's North American open stream after teams used free Melee names in support of Super Smash Bros. Melee community. So let me ask you guys a question. For those of you who are, and I know there's not a lot of you, but there's definitely some of you. Let me get rid of this bullshit. Stop sending me bullshit. All right. So let me ask you this: would a company that cares about their audience, that cares about their fan base, do something like this? Where you punish people of another game because they're supporting another community? You know what I mean? Like you and Nintendo's excuse is that they cited unexpected ex, executive challenges as the reasoning. That's fucking bullshit. It's bullshit. It's complete and utter bullshit what they just said. What they did. What they said. Like why? Why would you do this? Why? Even if you don't agree with their stance, they're not hurt. They're all they're doing is playing the game. That's all. They're doing is playing Splatoon. So why cancel? Why cancel? Oh man. All right. Let's go down. Let's go down here. There's a tweet from Slimy Quackshire. I don't know. He might be a I don't know who he is. So if you guys know in the comment section, let me know. But he has to be probably a member of either the Splatoon community or the Melee community. I don't know who he is, but his tweet pretty much reads: "So the Splatoon community in support of Smash community has 30% of their top teams in this weekend's tournament with team name that in support of Smash, of Melee and Smash. So what does Nintendo do in response? They canceled their live stream for tomorrow's finals. Like this sounds pro consumer to you? Like throughout this entire generation, right? I've had to hear people say that oh Microsoft is anti consumer. And more so, oh Sony's anti consumer because they didn't support like oh they weren't all in on crossplay with Microsoft and Nintendo or they didn't do this, they didn't do that. Oh, they buy exclusive from third parties. Ladies and gentlemen, this is anti-consumerism at its core. This is anti-consumerism. When you are literally trying to dictate to your audience, to your fan, whether it's Smash, whether it's Splatoon, whether it's any other game out there, that that if you disagree with us, we will take shit away from you. We will cancel your events. We will do everything in our power to kill your community. This is what Nintendo's basically telling you. Let me read down on the bottom. Let me see if there's anything like that. Let me see if there's anything. Is there anything here that. Let me see. All right, so let me read this other tweet from Slimy. Kind of funny that they'll sever their own support that they love to parade around as something so fantastic just because the Splatoon community wanted to stand in solidarity with the other scenes that Nintendo outright harms. Right? So, you have that. And another one here. To be clear, this is Nintendo's call, not any of the TOs or broadcasters they've enlisted for the weekend. This is damage control and an outright spit in the face of all of their dedicated competitive scenes. But we're not surprised. LOL. So and he has a couple hashtags there. You can read them if you can read them. You have them right there. Nintendo hates you. I've been saying that for years. That Nintendo hates you. Fuck Nintendo. I've been saying that for a long time. Free Melee. Like I said, I don't give a shit about Melee, but you have a lot of people that do. And Nintendo over the years, and I've heard this shit over the years, tends to have this weird aversion to supporting Melee for some reason. And to be frank, they have. I feel like they have such an aversion to supporting the Smash community in general. Because when you think about it, to this day, Smash Brothers is probably one of the biggest fighting games out there. Like when it comes to like Evo, right? The game that gets all the headlines is Street Fighter Five, right? Because Street Fighter Five is heavily promoted by Capcom. When in all actuality, the game that gets the most entries is Smash Brothers. It's not. I think for this, before Evo got canceled, the game, like Nintendo had, there were two Smash Brothers games in fucking Evo. Two of them. If I'm not mistaken, it was Ultimate and Melee. You know what I mean? If you want to, like, obviously Street Fighter Five is the biggest game, but if Nintendo put their full support behind Smash community, the Smash competitive scene, Smash Brothers would be the biggest Evo game at Evo every single year. There's no doubt in my mind about that. There's no doubt in my mind about that they would be. But because Nintendo has been so averse to promoting it that way, it's not the case. And even with that, it's still a big deal. Like, the Smash Brothers games are always a big deal, right? And here's the thing. Like, my point is, like, I have two main points, and I'll go. Why is Nintendo doing this? Why? Like, obviously they're not averse to the competitive scene as far as, like, showcasing it, but why is it that they seem to be so reluctant to to why are they so reluctant to support the Smash competitive scene, right? Like, I have one more article here, and I'll show you this right now. This one you guys can read on your own. I'm on Reset Era. I know a lot of people don't like that site. This is really one of the few times I've been on here. This was a tweet that came out a couple weeks ago, right after the whole Big House fiasco, from, I think his name, Anonymous Smasher, and he has um a long paragraph and long article, essentially, about how Nintendo has hurt the Smash community, right? And they'll explain all the ways that Nintendo has either directly or indirectly affected the Smash community. And the thing is, that why is it that they're so averse to it, right? Right. I've talked to a couple of my friends. Oh, what's going on, Nintendo gamer? Hey, listen. I know you said that at one point you wanted to join me on a live stream. Whenever, let me know on Instagram when you want to when you want to join, because I do want to talk to you about this. If you know anything about this, we can do another video to do this, because I'm trying to hurry up, because I have stuff to do. But let me know if you want to talk about this further, because I'm curious. Cause I know you're a Nintendo fan, right? And I'm curious to find out, why do you think Nintendo is or even if you agree with what I'm saying, if about Nintendo and the Smash community. Because, let me see. Yeah, yeah. Whenever, let me know what date you want to do this. We'll see if we can communicate this and see what we can do. Okay, thank you. Like, I can't do it today, because I have to go. I have to go somewhere after this. But whenever you're ready, let me know. We can see if we can what we can do to set this up, because I do want to talk about this, because I'm confused. Like, I don't understand how a company that that okay, okay, look, you have a company that created this intellectual property, right? Clearly, they do everything in their power to promote Smash Brothers, right? Like, everything that I've read. Yeah, if it's the weekend, I can definitely do it on Saturday. It just depends on the time, but I can definitely do it on Saturday. That's when I'm off on Saturday. We can definitely do that. But I'm confused by how a company that goes out of their way to promote Smash Brothers, right? They, like, based on what I've read from this article here, they've invited, pro Smash players to try out, I guess, to try out Ultimate, right? To try out Ultimate or whatever. So they know who they can acknowledge the Smash community when it fits their narrative, when it fits their motives. But when it comes to like, people running tournaments or having a showcase on Evo, all of a sudden they're either they try to sabotage it from within, or they outright dismiss it. Like, I'm confused by this, and I was talking to another one of my friends about this. He and his thought process on it is that he feels that Nintendo doesn't like the way that Smash Brothers competitively has been represented. Like, what I mean by that is he feels like the way Nintendo wants Smash Brothers promoted competitively is with, with 4 to 8 players. He essentially said that he feels like Nintendo wants Smash Brothers to be presented as a family game. You know what I mean? Like, he feel like they should be he should be that he feel like Nintendo wants Smash Bros to be looked upon as a family game, right? And it does make sense in honestly, it does make sense because, like I said, I've heard that Nintendo has run tournaments in the past that has that has like all the items on, you have like 4 to 8 players. So it makes sense. Like, I do think he makes sense. Now, I do think another reason why I think Nintendo is not too keen on the Smash community is that, unfortunately, there's been allegations in the past when it comes to some of their predominant players, whether it's I don't know any of like I said, I'm not really come on. Like I said, I'm not really um I don't really know anything about the Smash community, like the competitive players. I like, based on everything that I've read, I've heard some of them, like Hungry Box and Leafin. I think that's his name. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, so I feel like Nintendo had that right to do what they did, but not during COVID. But the fans should have just focused on Platoon. Okay, like, to me, okay, here's my thing, right? You like, if you're Nintendo, right? Why does it matter to you what their names, like, okay, I can understand why it would matter to them, but this is something that you guys caused. This is what Nintendo caused. If you wanted if you wanted to somehow, like, when it comes to the big house, to the big house situation, there had to have been a better way to handle that situation. There had to have been a better way, because what you essentially did, you put all the focus, you put so much negative focus on what you guys did, on you guys canceling the event. And to me, if it like, you have to understand the situation when it comes to COVID, like you mentioned with COVID. Like, COVID is this is why all of this is happening. But like, but come on, like, you have to understand that when you do that, and again, this is not a one time thing when it comes to Nintendo and the Smash community. This is not new. This is not new. So, if it was a one time thing, maybe you don't get the same outrage. But this is not new with Nintendo. So this was bound to happen. But my opinion, you don't punish the Splatoon community for that. Like, they show solidarity for Melee, fine. But you don't punish them for that. You, like, again, if you want to punish 30%, you want to say that, oh, please change your name. This and that, whatever. But you punish everybody in that community for doing something that only 30% of those people were doing. And to me, that's wrong. In my opinion, that's wrong. So, here's the thing. Now, back to the whole. reason why Nintendo don't support Smash. I do think part of it is that you do have some situation when it came to some predominant Smash Brother community players when it comes to like allegations of sexual assault and stuff like that. And if you and let's say if Nintendo actually put a huge emphasis on Smash Brothers competitive on the Smash Brothers competitive scene, that would be a problem for them, right? So I think part of that I do think that's part of that. I do think that has part that has something to do with it. But like overall, like here's my final thoughts on this, and then I'll let it go for now, and then like I said, I'll do a video with you on Nintendo Gamer. Let me see. Okay. Oh, there were like 20% of the Smash community figureheads doing what they did. I guess you can give me the rundown today on Instagram on the article, but I'll be happy to talk to you on Saturday. Yeah, absolutely. We can talk about this on Saturday, and I'll send you a link later on today once I get done with what I have to do. But definitely we can do this on Saturday. Um, but here's my overall point on this, right? And this is something that I've talked about for years. When it comes to not just this is not just a Nintendo thing. This is not just a PlayStation thing. This is not just a. It's not even just an Xbox thing. This is a consumer thing in general, right? When a company oversteps their boundaries, right? If you feel like a company oversteps their boundaries, if you feel like a company is doing stuff that you don't agree with, at the end of the day, the only way you can send them a message is with your wallet, is with your money. The only way that you can affect change is with your money, is with your wallet. That's the biggest power you have. And the thing with the whole thing with the Smash community and with Nintendo fans in general is that in my and based on this is a bit based on my experience over the years. Like I'm talking like Nintendo people who I've met in real life, Nintendo fans I've met in real life. Right? Here's my thing. Based on everything that I've seen from a lot of Nintendo fans and fanboys alike, is that they they like they don't mind calling out Nintendo. But when it comes to putting your money where your mouth is, they're very reluctant to do so. Right? Like if you had a situation where where Nintendo was treating the Smash community like shit, right? What would you do? What would you do? Would you buy the next game? I mean, if it was me, I would absolutely not. But but how many of you guys, if the next Smash Brother game gets announced, how many of you guys who are sick of Nintendo bullshit when it comes to their reactions and actions to Smash Brothers? How many of you guys are going to sit there and say, "Oh, we're not buying your next game"? Probably 1%, even probably even less than that. Let's see, exactly, exactly. Money talks. Then saying I heard the same thing when it comes to Pokemon fans with the whole fiasco when it comes to how I forgot the game that they were I forgot the game I forgot exactly what Pokemon game that had the controversy and stuff like that, but I did hear about it. But like I said, how many of you guys are going to sit there and vote with your wallet when it comes to Nintendo's next fighting game? When it comes to the next Smash game, I guarantee you that not one of those people, and even the top guys, even the community managers, any of the top flight players, or even any of the fans who just who either watch competitively, who watch the competitive scene or participate in the competitive scene, or a little bit of both. How many of them are going to actually put their money where their mouth is? And I guarantee you, not one of them is going to do so. And if there is, it's probably going to be 1%, even less than that. And that's just my opinion. Like if you're going to sit here and do all this talking, but yet you're not gonna put your money where your mouth is, like then everything that you're saying rings hollow to me and rings hollow to a lot of people. Because at the end of the day, the only way you tell them, hey, enough of this BS is by stop giving them your money. Like, and I said this when it comes to, if you didn't like PlayStation policies on buying exclusive games, or if you didn't like their policies on crossplay, or if you didn't like what they did with The Last of Us 2 or whatever, do not buy their game. You don't like how PS5 was, how the situation with the PS5 and how they handle pre-orders, don't buy the console. You could shit on them online all you want, but if they're seeing record profits, all those arguments don't mean nothing to them. It don't mean nothing to them. Like I said, if you're going to complain, vote with your wallet. Vote with your wallet. Don't give me this spiel about, oh, Nintendo hates you and this and that. Yeah, fine, whatever. Like, at the end of the day, like, don't give them the money. It's that simple. Don't give them your money. But I just find that hard to believe because again, there's no game like Smash. There's no game that generates the type of excitement that and I do truly believe that there is no game that generates the type of excitement that Smash Brothers does. I get why people like the game. I get it, but at the end of the day, like, if Nintendo is treating if your community like trash, if they're doing all of this, then you have to put your foot down, and you have to do it, and you have to put your foot down and hide your wallet. Because if you're just gonna put your foot down and then be like, hey, all right, fine, whatever. You next Smash Brother game, that's fine. I'll join. Oh, Nintendo invites you to play the next Smash Brother game, it's fine. I'll show up. You don't mean nothing. Exactly. Okay. All right. So it's okay. All right. All right. Thank you for that. Like I said, man. Like, at the end of the day, like like I said, like, I'll continue this discussion on Saturday with Nintendo Gamer. For everyone else, thank you guys for watching. Let me get back to let me get back to this. Okay. So, like I said, man, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Nintendo Gamer. I look forward to our conversation on Saturday. Um, but anyways, I'm out. Peace. Have a good day.